Hi Flosstube, this is Sandy with Goofy Mama Stitches. Welcome to my first Flosstube video. This might not be too long of a video. I've seen other videos, people doing Flosstube and things, and I love their videos, and maybe you're one of them. So I'm going to try and see what we can do here. There's a few, I have a few whips and work in progresses, whips, and some finishes, a little bit of haul. I don't have I didn't look up get to know your Flosstube or anything. I just thought I would say a few things. So I started stitching. How old am I? I would say about 30, 35 years ago. And I don't know why I picked it up. I was living with some friends. We shared an apartment. It was like a duplex, but we shared that. And she used to cross stitch. I'm still friends with her. She just lives in a different state than I do. Back then, I can't remember what she was stitching, but I remember her cross stitching, and I was like, oh, that looks fun. And then my sister cross stitched, and I thought, oh, that looks fun too. Same fun. It just looks fun. But nobody invited me to stitch that I can remember. Nobody said, hey, here, pick it up. My mom wasn't a cross stitcher. She used to read, but when she did her hobbies, she would do toll painting and ceramics. She made some really cool things. She made a Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus about yay high that I stick out on my table every year. And she made this really cool haunted house out of ceramics and painted it. So she was really talented there, but she never did cross-stitching, needlepoint, needlework, nothing like that. My grandma didn't. I don't know if she ever did when she was younger. So as far as a history of it in my family, I don't remember. My grandma on my dad's side used to knit. She would make Afghans. I probably can't say it right. Afghans. But she used to make those, and excuse me. And then when she got older and was getting sicker because she had cancer, so as time progressed and she got worse, she didn't. I don't remember her doing a lot of her knitting and stuff. So as far as a family history or my mom teaching, that never happened. A little bit about me. I am a single mom. My 13-year-old lives with me, and right now he's with his dad that lives about 40-ish minutes away. So he's with his dad this weekend, and I thought, oh, I'll hurry and do a video because he would be right behind the camera making me laugh. So I laugh at nothing anyway, so that doesn't help. All my life, I've been known as the one who laughs and the one who smiles, and my friends' families always remembered me that way. Oh, that's Sandy. She was the one that used to laugh all the time. I can't help it. I can't help it. So a little bit about me. So I've been stitching for about 35 years. When I did get married, though, and I had my son, I put it away for a few years, trying to just be a wife and be a mom, and I guess I didn't have time to stitch then, which is fine. Everybody does it on their own time. So a few years ago, I think, I started picking it back up again, and I think I've moved past the picking it up and stitching to like obsession. I've noticed though it has helped with like anxiety. It's helped with my my like nerves, just to calm me down and just relax and be peaceful. And that's been awesome. It's been wonderful to help with that. And I have a few friends that have said the same thing. Like it just relaxes them and it just is calming and stuff. So I love to just sit there and cross stitch. And when you see it come to life in different parts of your cross stitch, it's just awesome. It's just awesome. And then you want to keep going because, ooh, I see something. I got to keep stitching and ooh, this is coming to life. So it's really been fun. I love it. Another hobby I like to do is scrapbook. When my son, well, before I was married, my friends and I used to get together and would have like a scrapbook party. They'd bring all their stuff and would be in my apartment and would just sit in the living room and do a big old circle of scrapbooking, and we had a good time. We'd have pizza and drinks and would just, you know, do our scrapbooking and lay everything out. Then when I got married and had my son, I couldn't just leave everything out. So I packed up all my stuff and then I went to digital and did the digital scrapbooking, and I love that. I think I love it more just because you can sit down, you don't have to get everything out. It's already right there on the side of your computer. You can just pick your different paper and stuff. Anyway, I've used Shutterfly and I've used Mixbook, Mixbook. So they've both been really good. I have a few books of my son, and I want to get back into that. I just haven't yet. So all I've been doing is stitching as far as a hobby. So as far as like hobbies, I like to read. Probably my favorite author is Richard Paul Evans. He does really good books, and they're just easy reads. And almost, not every single book, but almost every book I'm like laughing and then I'm crying, but I just haven't read lately. And I've always been a reader. I love to read, but just lately, I don't think I've read for a long time. I haven't read for a long time. As far as like a book, I read the mail. I read my patterns, which is important. I just haven't read a book for a long time. Then, couple things about me, just so you can get to know me. I love holding snakes. I don't know why. I think it's a sensory thing. I love their skin. It's weird. I can't catch them though. That's what's bizarre. I can't just, if I saw a garden snake, I couldn't just go up and catch it. I have to have someone catch it and then hand it to me. So, I just like the way they feel. I always have. We'd go to the lake, or the dam growing up, and my sister and I have 3 older sisters, but the one just older than me, we would catch those little water snakes. I mean, they're just teeny, and they'd just be going by in the water and would catch them. And I love the feel of snakes. And my son and I went to, this was probably, I would say probably about a year or 2 ago, we went to the aquarium that they built by our house. It's about 20 minutes away. And they had one of those, like, you know, the huge snakes, like the huge, I don't know what they're called. It's a snake. So I asked my son, I said, do you want to hold it? And he was like, yeah. And if I have a fear, I don't want to show it to my son, like on some things, like, because I don't want him to be afraid of things because of me. So, I mean, if he's afraid of it, that's him, not because I'm afraid of it. And so I asked him if he wanted to hold it, and he said, yeah. So I have the funniest, if I can figure it out, I'll show you a picture or insert a little video of it. And his hair was so long because he didn't want to cut it. He just looked cute, but he looked so scared of this big old snake. But he did it. I held it. It was cool. And I just love the feel of snakes. And that's something probably weird because, I mean, a lot of girls like snakes. That's not weird, but like a lot of people are like, you're crazy. That's okay too. I am crazy. But I don't know what else to say about me. I don't know. If you have any questions, if you're watching, have any questions or want to know anything, just ask below. I will get into, I'm going to show you a piece that I finished for my dad. And this, I think, was also a dimensions kit way back when. And my dad passed away. When did he pass away? About 4? I think it'll be 5 years this November. So it's almost 5 years. So a little while ago, but not too long. You know, sometimes it feels like yesterday. So he has always been a cowboys and Indians person. So I saw this pattern and I thought, I have to stitch that for him. And when I started cross stitching, and I'll show you next time, if there's any subscribers or likes or anything and people are wanting to watch, I'll show you next time I didn't think to bring it, my first cross stitch project. It's in my son's room. And it was a dimensions kit. I think I mentioned that. And it's one of Bear's. It's a full coverage. Maybe I didn't mention it. Anyway, it's a full coverage. So why I chose that for my first piece, I have no idea. I don't know what I was smoking, but I finished it. And I went on and found other pieces, and I did a piece for each one of my sisters. I did one for my now ex-mother-in-law. I did a few for my best friend. Who else? I've done a few here and there. Mostly I finish for me, but I'm not opposed to giving them away. It just depends on what it is and how long and all that. But this I finished and I had it framed, and it's a picture of an Indian. And this frame, oh my heck, I went in and had because I always need help with the mats and everything because I'm bad at that. And so I was like, hey, I need to frame this. And so she was helping me with that. And then as soon as I saw this frame, I just knew that was the frame. And hopefully you can see it. Oh, there's going to be a glare. Darn it. Anyway, and that is all like full coverage. And this frame, I don't know if you can see it, it's got all the markings, and it just reminded me of like a tomahawk. I don't know why. It just did. It just spoke to me. And so I knew that this was the frame that I wanted, but if you can see it pretty good. So this Indian and wolves and the dream catcher, and I always put my initials in the year that I finished it, and I just put I love you because it's my dad and I love him. So this was really fun to work on. This took gosh, it took a couple of years, but this was when my son was a lot smaller, so I didn't work on it a ton, and I had my sister help me kind of finish it towards the end. But I was super proud of this, and I love it because it reminds me of my dad. It's one of the first few finishes or pieces that I did, had it framed. I just love this piece. So that is in my hallway. And I love it. I just love it. Another finish, I don't know if you guys have probably seen this. It's by Shannon Christine Designs, and it's called Here Comes the Sun. And it's such bright colors. The colors just drew me in. And I apologize if I say anything twice. I don't mean to. My brain is all over the place. But Shannon Christine, I've done a few things of hers, and it seems that hers are really, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are just bright and cheery. She's got some really good colors. That's just my taste, I guess, if that's the right word. My taste in cross stitch. And this was stitched, it says on the pattern it's 14 count, so some kind of Aida, and it's about 7 by 4 inches. And then here is my fully finished, my FFO, my fully finished object. And they don't take long. There's no back stitching. Nothing back stitched. And I just did my initials and the year 21. I finished that. And I feel, I don't know, I just think my initials look weird. They look weird to me. I don't know if you can see them or if this is the right way for you to see. But I love the bright colors, and someone did it on the black, and I just fell in love with it. I just fell in love with those bright colors. And so I took a picture and I instantly sent it to my sister. She cross stitches, and she was like, oh my word, I have to have that. And I was like, right? So did this, fully finished it. This flower was just a wood flower, and I painted it and added some glitter. I want to paint the middle white just to give it a little more pizzazz maybe, but this was fun. It's just a fun stitch. It was just fun, and I love the bright colors. Let me see. Oh, and I have, I'll show you in just a second. I have the other piece that goes with it. But as far as finishing, this is almost finished. And this is the Priscilla and Chelsea August calendar crate. So you can see that this is all right up next to the side. Well, what I did, okay, I am not a finisher. I just cross stitch. And I'm so used to just handing them over to the framer, picking it out and saying, okay, here. And then I'll be back to get it. But then it's so expensive. But my closest craft store, they do framing, but they also let you pick out a frame, like from their, they let you pick out a frame from their, selection or whatever, and then they just use that, and they can mat it. And then of course you just pay for the mats and stuff, but they already have the glass in it, and that non-glare glass or whatever. I just use the regular, and it works just fine for me. I've had quite a few things framed from them, and it works. So I started thinking, well, why don't I, here comes my cat, why don't I I decided the ones I'm going to hang up all year long, I'm going to get framed. And then the ones that are more seasonal or holiday or whatever, I'm just going to finish those myself. So I'm very new at that, so bear with me. because some of them it's just like, So this one, I was sitting here at the table because I don't have a craft room. I own a townhome, and so it's just enough for me and my son. That's all I need. Don't need anything else. Although, of course, if I had the money, I would have a craft room. And you do what you have to do. So I'm sitting here at the table and I measure. I bought one of those measuring, the like plexi plastic glass thing, measuring things. And so I usually just measure out the stitch piece, like the project. And I write on a piece of paper what it is and all that. And so I have no idea what I was thinking, but I set the piece down and I have my cutting board and I've got my little roller cutter, which I love. I don't know what I was thinking. I still am disgusted with myself. I'm irritated, but whatever. It is what it is. And so I set it down, and without even thinking, I zipped off most of this black. And I was like, and almost immediately I was like, oh crap, what did I just do? And I was like, oh, I was so mad at myself. So mad. So I, without thinking again, I measured everything else, got that going. So when I did the material, I just used the sticky board, you know, that you can get from 1-2-3 Stitch or Fat Quarter Shop or wherever. But I used that. And so I got these ready, and then I like to use the hot glue. I mean, I'll use both. Aleene's tacky glue, I use that sometimes too, but most of the time I use a glue gun. And so I was like, oh my heck, how am I going to do that? So anyway, needless to say, I was so excited for this project because I love sunflowers and they just look darling, like her pattern and stuff. So who knows what I was thinking? It's all crooked down here, like, hello. Maybe I'll put some greenery up and kind of hide that. So I barely made it around. There's my initials. I try and make a capitalized B and it looks like an 8. So whatever. But anyway, that's my almost finished, because I think I want to do a bow or something maybe up here for my calendar crates for Priscilla and, with Priscilla and Chelsea. So I'm excited for that. I really want to find some fake sunflowers, but I haven't been able to yet. So hopefully I can find some of those soon. Oh, and this is the other one. I'm just going to show you. This is the other piece, the other one, just like the Here Comes the Sun. This is Hello Summer. And again, love the bright colors. Had to have it, paused buying it. So, and 14 count Ada. And I don't mind this color, but to me, and I am so sorry about the hoop. We'll do this. I love the black. I just love, love, love. I can't even say enough about how much I love it. The black, it makes it pop, those bright colors. And this isn't going to take long. I think they're an easy stitch. There's no back stitching, no half stitch, nothing like that. It's just your X. That's it. But I love it. I love it. They're so fun to stitch. This won't take me long at all. And then I did get this the little turtle. I forget his name. But anyway, wasn't Crush his dad? I can't remember his name. Squirt. Was it Squirt? I don't know. Now I'm just making names up. Or is it Little Squirt? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm working on this. This is one of my whips. And I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Let's see. This one I'm working on also. This is by Stony Creek, and it's the Autumn, the Divisions of Nature miniseries. And when I first saw this, and this is all DMC. It's all DMC that it calls for, but I loved the colors. I love it. And so as soon as I saw this, I thought I have to have it. And then I saw all the others. I'll show you all the others. I just have to hide the bottom because... But they've got the spring, summer, winter. They do have some buttons. And anyway, they're in the different magazines. But I'm sure if you go to stonycreek.com, they'll have them. And they are just super cute. Super cute, you know, spring, summer, winter, fall. Adorable. So I had to have it. And this is one that I bought a while ago. And I don't have a ton of whips. Work in progress. I don't have a ton. I have 6, I believe. But I used to always be like a monogamous stitcher, just one project at a time. And I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I got bored. But I was thinking, I don't want to work on this anymore. I guess I'm bored. So then I started doing more and more projects. So I got that autumn one, and I apologize for the hoops. And I love these magnet things. I can't tell you how much I love them. But I love the colors. And this, I'll just take it out of the magnet there. And picked it up again. So I got the AU and the T done. And I did the Harvest Blessings. That was tobacco. Let's see. It calls for Fantasy Island. But I think when I went to my local needle shop, my L&S, they didn't have it. So we chose Tobacco Road, and it's variegated. And I think it's by Weeks Dye Works. And oh my heck, I don't know if you can see it, but look how fun. It just has like the different shades in it. And I just stitched them one X at a time. If it's DMC, depending on the pattern and what's going on, I don't know if that's better. I'll stitch them, you know, a row at a time and then come back and finish the X. But when it's Color Works, Weeks Dye Works, all the specialty floss, I'll just do it one X at a time because I think that shows the best coverage. So I stitched this on 14 count. Picture This Plus. It's Ada, and it's called Wren, W-R-E-N. And I love this. I love it. It's variegated, modeled, whatever you want to call it. And so, I don't know if you can see it too well, but I just love it because it's not a ton, which there's nothing wrong with a ton, but I just wanted for this piece, I just wanted a little. And so I did this just a little bit, and I love this fabric. So that's what I'm working on there. And so I went, whoops, my son's glue gun just dropped. So I have and I'm sorry, I don't have the pattern right with me, or the picture of it, but I'm doing those hands-on design, the monthly. There's my, I don't know about you guys, but having 2 fur baby cats, holy cow. I mean, they're not baby cats, but They're my fur babies, and they get hair everywhere. I don't know if you can see this better, the modeling in it. This is the same kind of material, but I loved it so much. This is what I'm on October. I'm almost done with it. I think I just need to finish this, and I think the ghost, I can't remember, but it's almost done. So I did finish though August and September. August and September, so I need to cut those out and fully finish those. But you can see the white, you can see how it shows up on this. So it's really good for that. So I bought, I want to say like 1/4 of a yard of it. So I love this material. I love it. I love it. Can you tell? I love it. So I do stitch on Aida, but I also stitch on linen. I do have, I'm trying to think. I recently just started with linen. I used to always just do Aida because that's all I knew. It was just Aida. And that's all I knew. It was just Aida. Because, and then I do have to be honest though, linen scared the bejeebies out of me. Not gonna lie, because I thought, and this goes to prove you just have to try it, because I just thought, how in the world do you see those holes? How do you see it? And I was like, there's no way. And so my niece, who stitches also, she stitches on linen, and so she showed me, and she was like, it's so easy, Sandy. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And so I did buy some linen, and I bought, let me see if I can grab it. I bought Little House Needleworks, the Farm Life. I don't know why, but I just fell in love with it. I don't even live on a farm. I didn't grow up on a farm. I'm sure my grandparents did. We never did growing up. We've just always lived in the city, and I don't know if it's maybe subconsciously I would rather live on a farm. I don't know. But I just fell in love with this, and I thought I have to stitch it. Well, it calls for, here's my paper. It calls for, or it was done on 32 count French Vanilla Swirl by Silk Weaver Fabrics. And I was online because I was being impatient, and I just wanted it right then. So I think I was on 1, 2, 3 stitch, and I was looking at different linens, and I couldn't find this color. They said it was the French Vanilla Swirl, and I don't have a stash of fabrics or like linens or Aida. I do have a stash of like white and black Aida, but that's it. I don't have a stash of any. So I was thinking, what else could I do it on? And so I saw this, and this is a Belfast linen, but I can't remember what it's exactly called. I'll get it next time. But you have a hard time seeing the white. If it's in between the colors, like the barn, then yeah, okay, that's white. But like, look at this cow. I mean, I haven't finished it yet, of course, but I don't know if you're going to be able to tell it's a cow. So this will be fun. I'm just excited for this. I'm going to put this behind it just in case. But I did the cloud. I think that's a cloud. The cloud, the sun, the rooster. I haven't done the stick part of it yet. The little birdhouse or whatever, the fence, those, the corn stalks, the little pumpkins. And then I just think he is adorable. The little farmer with his cowboy hat. At first, I thought his hair was all wigging out. And then I was like, oh, wait, that looks like a cowboy hat. Maybe I need to put my glasses on. But his little pitchfork and the hay, I just think, oh my heck, he just is adorable. But this is, I can't remember. It's either 28 or 32 count Belfast linen, but I can't remember the color. But anyway, it almost has, it looks like it's got a little bit of a yellow tint. Anyway, it's so pretty. I just fell in love with it, and I thought, well, I'm going to try it. So about a week, I think it's about a week ago, I had the supper part done, and then I had the top part of the barn. And so this past week, or was it the week before? Anyway, my mind is just all over. So it was either one of them, and I did the rest of the barn, the windows, all of that. I did all of him, the fence, all of that. I did that. It was either last week or this past week. So I worked on that. And I'm sorry, it's in the hoop. Next time I'm going to be more prepared and have things out, because I think it's easier to see and stuff. But anyway, I can't stitch in hand. I just can't. I've tried so many times. And I just grip it, and I tell myself, I give myself a pep talk. Okay, Sandy, just breathe. You don't have to grip it like someone's going to take it from you. And so I just find myself just more tense, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. So I'm the kind of stitcher, I like hoops. I've tried the Q-snaps, and they drive me crazy. I have 2 of them, and I don't want to get rid of them. My sister, that's all she stitches on is the Q-snaps. But mine has got to be, I don't know if you can hear that. It's got to be like drum tight. I don't know. And I've never had any problems. I've never had any, any of my projects looking funky or, anything like that. So I think I'm doing okay as far as, my finishes and stuff. I need to get better at taking stuff off the hoop when I'm done for a little bit. Like this one I was using for a while. I was doing it, and then I thought, you know what? I need to start stitching something else. And so that's when I thought, I'm going to put this up. And then that's when I picked up my autumn and thought, I'm going to work on that for, a little bit. And then we'll see, how much I can get done with that. Because I'm trying to work more on my whips and get those done and finished so I can kit more. I actually have a few kitted. I'm just waiting because I'm trying to finish what I have. So that's my whips as far as those go. I think I have one more. No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I have 2 more whips. They're in the other room. And they're Priscilla and Chelsea's, a couple of her. One is a Christmas one, and one is the cabbage seats, if you remember that, if you've seen hers. So I just have to finish those. Those probably wouldn't take that long. Actually, I have one more. Anyway, so I have 2 or 3 more whips that I need to work on also. So lately, I've been a very bad girl. And I saw, because every time I watch Flosstube, which I not picked it up, but I just recently found it. A girl, I was in another another cross-stitching group, and you know, you get chatting with people and stuff. And so this girl had mentioned Flosstube, and I was like, what is that? And so she said, oh, we'll watch these guys. So I was watching them, and I was like, oh, well, then of course I get searching, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. So anyway, I like to stitch watching movies. So, but I'm just weird. So I have a movie on, and 9 out of 10 times it's a movie I've seen already. But I put the movie on, and then I watch a Flosstube on my phone. Why don't I just turn off the TV or put Flosstube on the TV? I don't know. Maybe because I don't know. I just have to watch them both. So the funnest part is to watch Flosstube, and then you get to see everybody's work in progresses. Then you get to see their haul, and you get to see what they want to buy and what they've bought. And it's just fun because then it's like a parade. Whip parade, I guess is what some people call it. But it's fun because you can see what everybody else has done. Well, I saw this hands-on design, the Let's Talk Autumn, the Chalk Talk. I like it on black, but I think I'm going to find a little, I'm going to find a brown mottled color to stitch mine. So I'm going to have to look at these colors, of course, and make sure that they show up and stuff on it. But I think I'm going to do mine on a brown mottled fabric. And that'll be fun. And in my shopping cart, because on 1-2-3 Stitch, as you guys probably already know, they have your shopping cart, and then they have like a wish list, which I think is the funnest thing. Everybody should have one, because, or maybe they already do and I just haven't found it. I don't know. But they have that to where you want it, but you can't buy it right now, or you don't want to buy it right now because it's a winter one, or it's a Valentine one or something, and you haven't finished them yet. So I was watching Sunshine Stitchers, and if you haven't watched them, you have to watch them because they're hilarious. Oh my word. If you want to laugh, just watch them because they're hilarious. Oh, I even think about them and I start laughing because they're just hilarious. So I was watching one of them, and I'm new pretty much to Flosstube. Not like brand new, but I'm pretty new. And so I've been watching like their recent stuff. This is what I do with everybody's that I find. I watch their recent stuff, so I feel like I'm caught up. And then I'll go back and binge watch everything up until then. So I've been binge watching. Well, and I apologize, I don't know who it was. They had a guest on there, and the guest showed this project. This is one of her whips. And I was like, pause. So I had to write it down so I could track it down and get it. So this is a few years old. I don't know how old it is. I don't know if it says. I'm not sure, but it's Happy Life, and this is part 3. This is the whole thing, but you have to buy it in 3 parts. So this is the 3rd one. So the first one, I'll show you real quick. This one is the first part of the charts, and it's by Sam Sarah Design Studio Inc. is the business, and I just think it is adorable. It's so cute. And then it comes with the little buttons that you can put on there, because there's, they're all over. And they're so stinking cute. They're just adorable. They're just adorable. And so I went on 1-2-3 Stitch, and I bought, all they had was the 1st and the 3rd. and they didn't have the second one, so I emailed them and they said that it's out of print. So I was like, oh, dang. So then I went to the Sam Sarah Design Studio website, and I just did samsarahdesigns.com or whatever, and it came up. So she had the second one, so I ordered the second one, and didn't even think to go to her website to find all of them. I don't know. I think I get super excited about a pattern and I'm like, gotta buy it. Click, bought, okay. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So I can't wait to start this one. And this one has the little buttons that go with it too. So cute. And this one says, I think it's a I think this one was done on a linen, I believe. But anyway, the gal that was subbing or that was sitting in on their videos, she did it because it's stitched on this pink, and I think it looks darling. It just looks so cute on that pink. But the one, she had it on a, I think it was a white fabric with mottled purple in it, I believe. I might have to go back and watch it, but it was so cute, and I thought, okay, I gotta get that one. I gotta get that material. So anyway, a couple more pieces, and I think then I'm done. So I was watching also Bumble Stitches. She does some great work. Her just beautiful pieces. And she showed this one. She's in the UK. She showed this one. It's Little Dove Designs .co. There's the information .uk, and it's called All Hallows Eve by Little Dove Designs. So cute, just so cute. So of course I had to get it. Pause, click, buy. Oh my word, I think my finger knows the way to the buy button way too much. So I got this. I think I want to change some of the colors though. This, I don't know if you can see it real well, the purple there. I think I want to change that purple, and then I want to change some of the orange and that to a different color. But I do want to stitch it on some kind of mottled gray something. I stitch on Aida and linen, so I just think it was so cute, so I had to get it. Well, she sent that, and then she sent this for free, and it's just called That Mom. Oh honey, I am that mom. And I want to say that to my son all the time. I have said it to him before. So that is really cute. So that was super nice of her. And this is by Dirty Annie's, and it says Southern Style up here. www.dirty-annies.com. Trying to read it backwards. I hope you guys can see it the right way. I am not, by all means, a video. I'm not a techie person. Just give me a needle and cross stitch and I'll stay out of your hair. But that's it for my haul. I am trying to think if there was anything else. I think that's it. So yeah, I believe that's all I have. So if you're watching, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching. If you subscribe or like, I appreciate that too. If you don't want to, of course, you don't have to. I just think it's fun to get on and watch Flosstube and just see people's different personalities and their different things they like to stitch. I feel like I'm more of like I don't know how to describe it, but the word that comes to mind is I feel like I'm more of a cutesy stitcher. But the farm life is more, I don't know what's the right word, but I think of like, not older stitch, but it's cute, but it's not as cutesy as some things, if that makes sense. So I have a lot of other projects that I've done. I'll show that in the future, but this was just to kind of start off with. So if you have any questions, definitely, put them down below and I will get to those. If there's anything you want to know about me, I'm just one of those, I don't know what to say about myself. I always feel like if you're in a group and they're like, okay, well, like in school or something, and they're like, oh, in my work, we do a kind of, I don't know if it's called a get to know you or something like that. And I work from home right now because of COVID, and they're hiring so many people that I work from home, which I'm grateful for right now, so I can kind of keep an eye on my son and make sure he stays out of trouble a little and all that fun stuff. So that's been fun, but we do a little like kind of get to know you type thing. And so it's just fun to hear things and how people are and stuff. So, and I forgot my thought that I was going with that one. But anyway, so if you want to subscribe, like, and then I will see you guys probably in a couple of weeks. Okay, see you guys.